Hey, hello guys, how you doing today? My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm Africa's most sought after investment coach. I'm the MD CEO of GTEX Homes. And it's been a while, I know, that I've had time to sit down like this and do a Facebook Live. It's been so busy. Anytime I'm in Nigeria, I'm so busy back to back. And that's why you notice that it's when I travel out that I do more Facebook Live than even when I'm in Nigeria. Oftentimes when I'm in Nigeria, the kind of Facebook Live I do are more of showing our company's properties and what we do instead of just this kind of one-on-one show. So welcome everybody. As you're joining me, I'd like to tell me your name and the city you're joining me from. Your name and the city you're joining from. I'm handling a very controversial topic today. And I would like everyone watching today's show to share this video for a particular reason, to help as many people who make mistakes in this area. We're looking at 3 reasons why Nigerians in diaspora fall victim, get scammed by their family members when it comes to property investment. And I want this video shared across all social media handles. Share, copy the link, paste it on all the WhatsApp groups you belong to, paste it on all the Facebook groups you belong to, all the LinkedIn groups. Just keep hitting, because you don't know who you will help. You don't know who will be able to learn from this, because as a property developer, our company has over 6 different estates and we're running to 200 estates by the year 2035. And so there are a few things we have not seen. We've seen all manner of issues when it comes to property investment. We've seen mistakes people make again and again. And this video will correct that, will educate people and empower people. I have Ralph from Kano, good to see you. Juliet from, how are you? Princess from Ogun State, good to see you. Tell me your name, your city, and copy the link of this video and post it on all your WhatsApp group, all your Facebook group, or your LinkedIn group. Philip from UAE, good to see you. Number 1, now mistake people make and that lead to being scammed is putting all your document for your property investment in the hands of family members. I remember one day, because I do a lot of WhatsApp broadcast, and I did a campaign about one of our estates, and a young man said, "Hey, hope this will not be like like the last property I put in 20,000, I lost $20,000 in." And I like to hear people's stories when they claim they were scammed, because in many cases they were not scammed. In many cases, it's either administrative issues. But particularly I realized that a lot of Nigerians in diaspora are paranoid. Because you've been used to a particular lifestyle, you forgot the Nigeria you left, right? So you probably did a business with a company and they were supposed to help you get maybe a government, registered something. And then it's taking months and months and months. And the first thing that comes to your mind is they've scammed me. And you've forgotten the Nigeria you left. That is a Nigeria where a document can take 6 months, can take 1 year. And I'm not saying there are no issues of scam, but some of them are just maybe administrative issues or misunderstanding, and people just take it out of board. But the first one that I realized lead to issues of scam. This guy, so I said, I want to know what happened. How did you lose $20,000? So he said, well, I bought 6 plots of land in Ikorodu, and the document was my father. And sometimes my father will call me and say he needs money, and I'll be like, sir, at this moment things are a bit tough. And he said, 12 months later, he bought the property even appreciated according to what he told me. And it was legitimately bought, so it wasn't that they had issues with the company they bought it from. He said, but his father, sold 1 plot, 2 plots, until he eventually sold all the entire 6 plots. His biological father, I'm not talking of his cousin, father that gave birth to him. And when he said that to me, I remember the first thing I did was to attack him and say, look, this is part of what we're saying. If anybody who didn't hear what really happened will assume that some people just connived and stole your money in Nigeria. You didn't even open up until I was asking you. that was your own father who you gave the document of the properties you bought, that decided to resell the properties because he had the document. So it's a matter of someone wants to buy, give them the document, right? And that it was the same father, and everything was almost, he was the one involved in doing all the transaction, and so it was easy for him to just go ahead and resell all those properties. Are you guys learning something at all? If you're learning something, type I'm learning something. And do me a favor, copy the link of this video and share to all your Facebook group, or your WhatsApp group, or your LinkedIn group. I'm sharing on 3 reasons why people, get scammed by family members. Number 1, don't, put in all documents in the hands of family members. You don't do that. Nowadays, in fact, for our company, for some of our clients, we use DHL to send their documents to them. The final one that needs to be signed, because oftentimes we just scan it to you, you sign, and then you scan back. And if you, for whatever reason, need, the original document sent to you, we send to DHL to people, wherever country of the world they are. Sometimes it's better that you say, oh, it's my father, let me give him the document. Or sometimes it's my cousin, it's my brother. And I feel some of us do not even know the psychology of human beings. We do not know that human beings not being checked are going to misbehave. It's just the way human beings are wired. It's just the same thing you call about corruption in Nigeria. Do you know that the corruption in Nigeria is only made possible because there are no checks and balances? In developed countries, the reason why corruption is rare is because, like you've seen in the case of Donald Trump, even the president's, conversations are being monitored, right? There is checks and balances. There's just nobody just going owl or doing anyhow. The same thing when it comes to investment. When you decide to do investment and you put all your documents, all your original documents given to you, transferring the ownership of the property to you, you decide to give it to one person. Absolute power corrupt, absolutely. Everybody say it again, and some of you can me type this. Again, if you're getting value, type I'm getting value. Come on, guys, talk to me and tell me your name, your city. I'd like to know your name and your city. I can see Reverend Joe from Las Vegas. How are you, Reverend? What? You live in Las Vegas? I'm afraid. Reverend living like Las Vegas. By the way, I've been going to Israel all this way. I've never been to Las Vegas. I'm literally afraid to go to Las Vegas alone. Okay, maybe next year I'll go with my wife. Well, good to see you, Reverend. Thank you for joining. By the way, as you're joining me, tell me your name and your city. And of course, participate. I love when we have conversation and people interact and they participate. But more importantly, I'm sharing a very serious topic today. And you can save a whole lot of people and help a whole lot of people from pain that they've gone through. If I tell you stories, I just told you one now, $20,000, that was how it was gone from his biological father because the man had the document. Okay, so share this video, copy this link, put on all your WhatsApp group, post on all your Facebook group, post on all your LinkedIn group. So number 1, do not put your original documents in the hands of family members. They can send it to you. Even if you're in diaspora, it can be sent to you. And you have your things, your investments, your property, have your document yourself. There's just no point. Okay, saying, oh, I want to give it to somebody. I mean, you can, technology has made that possible. Logistics has made that possible. Get your own property document yourself. Let it be in your hand. Have custody of your document. Don't say, I'm in the US, I'm in the UK, and you live in the UK for the last something years, and you don't give your... Let me share this story. True story, everybody. Are you ready for me? If you're ready, type I'm ready. I want to tell you a true story that happened in my own family. My mother died a couple of years ago of ovarian cancer. She bought a property in Songwater. I think it was even about 2 properties. She bought it in Songwater. And the one she bought in Songo, as she had to engage her sister to live there. And so her sister lived there, did most of the works and all of that. The day we buried my mother, true story, okay? My mother's siblings gathered and said that particular property was not my mother's. That it was for my grandmother, and as a result, okay, they will have to share it. True story. Thank God, before my mother died, she had given all the documents to my older brother, who was our first child. And in fact, it happened, and this was a true story. In fact, it happened, I think, a year or two before she died. As a matter of fact, even her next of kin had been a family member. True story. I remember my father saying, he was the one that told her, I said, look, hey, even if you don't trust me, at least your children are grown now. At least use the first child to be your next of kin. And she did that. 2 years later, she died. And she died, the family, our siblings came after all, and you couldn't argue with them because they had been living in the place. And so this was our grandmother's own, right? So we want to take it over and sell it and share the money, right? But because she had given the document to my older brother and everything had been in his name, it was easy for him to come and say, no, can I show you the evidence? Can I give you the documents? So please take what I'm saying today serious. Some of you refuse to share this video, and I don't know why you're not doing it, because you don't know people you will save their life. A lot of your people that you are sharing this video with will one day call you and thank you for this, because I'm telling you real story. Number two, okay, mistake and the reasons why people get scammed by direct family members when it comes to property investment is asking family members for advice when they themselves do not have experience in property matters. And this is true story. And I will tell you how some of them make this mistake. So you see people wanting to buy properties, and then they say, oh, my brother or my cousin or my in-law or whatever, I want to talk to him before I make a purchase decision. Now, there's nothing wrong in doing that. But usually, sometimes people do not factor certain things into their equation. And this has happened with somebody I know. I'm going to give you this true story. Now, this person's relative that he involved in this particular property had already been showing him another property, whom, she was supposed to get a 10% commission from. But now the brother got to know about another one and decided to say he wanted that one. Of course, he told her to go and inspect for him. She went there and said, no, rubbish property. That property, not good. I told you, mommy, I had another place. Yada. He decided to abandon this place and went for the so-called the one that the sister had recommended. Of course, tried it. It was eventually swindled, lost all the money. True story. Came back to the other property he was supposed to buy originally, and as of that time, the price had been ×4. So he had to pay ×4 of what the original price was. And so sometimes when you come with this family members, you give me advice. Family members, they're the ones in Nigeria. I mean, everybody does not have property experience. The fact that I live in Nigeria doesn't mean I have property experience. Doesn't mean I have the exposure and the understanding about property. That's one. Number two, why it's also not good to always necessarily say family members should give you advice on property, except they are property developers and except they're also wealthier, richer. The only case that I've seen in property in over 10 years of being involved in property in Nigeria are cases where either the father is richer than the son or daughter, or the case whereby the family member being consulted is far richer, whether the family member is in diaspora or not. And I've seen true stories like that. I know a particular story where the father was involved in helping the daughter check out the property, and he told the daughter, perfect. But the true story was that the father himself had several properties, was far richer, raised all of them in the UK and in the US, and had been on a neck that she come and be investing in Nigeria. Okay? And so, because one, he has real experience, two, he's richer, he has no any interest in maybe having another deal that he particularly will get money from or get commission. As a result, he's trying to manipulate that person to buy a particular one. I've seen cases whereby the person say, no, my daughter, this is a good deal, go ahead. But I only see it in a case where the person, the family member, or whoever is far wealthier and richer. Those are the only cases that I've seen this kind of thing work out. But in many cases, what you are not factoring is somebody who is a family member in Nigeria who probably had been asking you to send $1,000. You've been claiming you don't have enough money. The same person you then call. to come and help you manage a transaction of 20 million. How does it make any sense to you? It's the same person you are not asking for advice in buying property of 20 million or whatever. I mean, I think it does not make any sense whatsoever. It doesn't. And I've always asked the same question. Why do Nigerians in diaspora make that mistake? Right? You want to buy property. Usually, in many cases, it's even your family member that is not even near. So I have never seen, there's a rule in business, say, never give a man money he has never seen before. Never test a man with money he has never seen before. Some people even worsen the situation that they will now transfer the money to the family member's account. True story. I know a story of a particular person who was supposed to buy property, with our company, right? And then he sent the money to the family member's account. Until today, it was supposed to be about 3 plus, till today, the family member had not been able to make that payment. Because you're talking about, somebody who is struggling, this person is not richer. Now you now send the kind of money he or she has never handled, credit in the person's account. And you're wondering why you were scammed. You're wondering why the money disappeared. You don't do that. You don't do that. I don't have any single family member that engage in our business, in any property business, whether it's personal or for our company. I don't do it. It's just a rule. In fact, the only family member I engage is the one that has experience in property than I do, and is even richer than I do. Because that way, I'm relaxed. I know that it's a matter of, what does Stephen has? But you are now dealing with somebody who has never seen 10 million in his or her account. You are not transferring 10 million to the person's account. And you are then shocked. It's the same thing people do where, because you chose to relocate, you have a business in Nigeria. Because you chose to relocate to Canada, you left the business in the hands of a boy you claim has been faithful, loyal, been with you for long. And you did not tell the person, come and buy equity. Okay, one of my mentor, Dr. Pe, that was what he did. He was relocating to Nigeria, even had a business in the US. And told, even though the person used to be his staff, he said, come and buy 40% equity. The guy had to raise the money, $50,000, to buy 40% equity in the business. And then he left Nebraska and moved to Nigeria. That's how you do it. Let the person raise money, come and buy a portion of your business. Not that the person does not have equity, you now say you left the business with him. Now, when the person runs the business to the ground, you will then be complaining that you were swindled, but you too were greedy. When you were leaving, you can't just say an entire business will be in the hand of somebody that does not have a stake in it, that does not have an interest in it. It doesn't work that way. You need to understand the psychology of human beings. You need to know that people will not do things that is not in their interest also. If you do not factor people's interest into whatever you're trying to do, do not expect them to be loyal. It's just how human beings are wired. It does not make any sense to be sending 20 million to a family member that has never seen 5 million. It doesn't make any sense. And there's nothing in it for the person. Some people will be disturbing their family member to come and go and check a property for them. And in my presence in the office, I will be hearing some of those family members saying that, no, Monto, I'm not in business to me. Disturb me lori property here. In other words, in English, this person has not given me anything. And he's asking me to today go and monitor his property here, tomorrow to go and inspect this property there, next tomorrow to go and do this. What is wrong with the person? And that takes me to number 3. By the way, those of you just joining me, thank you for joining. My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm Africa's most sought after investment coach. I'm the MDC of GTEX Homes. We're into properties. We currently have over 6 estates. We're building 200 estates between now and the year 2035. And I'm sharing from deep experience why Nigerians in diaspora fall prey and scam into, become victim of scam by family member, blood relations. And that's what I'm sharing. And I've shared a whole lot. And I'd like you to please copy the link of this video, post it on all your WhatsApp group, paste it on all your LinkedIn group and all your Facebook group. Share this video. It will save a whole lot of people. Ignorance has been the problem with a lot of people want to do investment. Once a company is credible, you can go to bed technology has made things easy now. From Google alone, you can investigate a particular company, whether they are real or not. There's so many things you can use. It was in those days when there was no internet that you have to be careful and use family members to do almost everything, because there is no way. Nowadays, if a company say they are launching an estate, you can tell them to stream live, Facebook Live, to watch whether the estate is real. You can use so many tools, Google Maps, several things can help you investigate a property today. Beyond just, okay, I must involve family members, because I have heard all manner of stories. Is it a child that lost $20,000 in the hands of father, or is it brother? If I'm going to share one with you towards the end. The last point I want to make, okay, why people fall victim of this is boasting to family members. I think that the reason why some family members scammed their relative in diaspora were because those relatives were literally boastful or misrepresented the facts. I'm telling the truth now, misrepresented the facts. So I know of you have seen situations where somebody traveled from Nigeria to relocate maybe to UK or US. 6 months later, the person is showing a picture of his own car, of his own house, type 1, if you have seen things like that. 6 months later. And the person never communicated. And the person outrightly said, my house, my car. And I've repeated all over again and again to those who care to know. A mortgage is not yet your house until you finish paying. A car is not yet your car until you finish paying. Those of you in the UK, US, and Canada, stop deceiving yourself. In this part of the world, we almost do outright. We almost do outright. Something is not yours until you finish paying. 6 months, I don't know if you have had those kind of experience. You just see somebody travel. 6 months later, he's taking picture and saying my car. Taking picture and saying my house. It's not and family members think that, and this is one of the reasons why everybody wants to relocate out of Nigeria. Because people just feel that you can just get to America and they just dash you a car. And they just dash you a house. And they don't know that these things are called flexible payment. There are payment things that you just, in fact, you can, if you have citizenship, you can literally, and you have good credit, you can enter a dealer and pick a brand new car and drop nothing. Literally, you didn't drop anything, and you pick up a car. And maybe 3 months later, they'll start deducting gradually. Okay, for a house, maybe a house worth $200,000, you can just deposit $5,000 or $10,000 and you're good to go. You can have a 35-year mortgage, 40-year mortgage, 25-year mortgage. People don't know. So this is what happened. Suddenly, you left Nigeria, that every family member, they even contributed the money that you use to travel to UK and US. Your family member contributed. The one that said, the same person who was part of those who contributed, suddenly you are telling the person, you now have a house, you now have a car. And then you are not saying the person you send your account that you want to transfer money, you want to buy one particular land in Ibejuleki or in Ikorodu or in Ato, and the person is like, hey. And here are the way some of these people analyze. Number one, my money was part of the money you used to travel. Because when you were relocating, you started disturbing all family members. We all started contributing money for you. Now you were so rich to start. I saw you buy your house in London or in UK or in Canada. I saw you buy your car. You never even called me and say, hey, Aburo, Ebon, relative, can I send you $1,000? Now the only thing you now do again is to be sending to my account $20,000 to buy a car or a house or a land for you. Continue. So it looks like you are boastful and you are greedy and you're not willing to help them. These are the same people who help you to travel. Suddenly now you have everything and you don't care. And you didn't tell them that even the $20,000 you sent, you took it as a loan from your bank because you had a good credit or you use credit union. You didn't tell them. You just say, oh, I send away. I send $20,000. right? And these people begin to feel that you are rich, you have money, you have all of that. In fact, there's a story of twins. This was twins. The one was male, the other was female. The male is in Nigeria, the female happened to be in the UK. And they started sending money to the male twin for our property. True story. You know, the guy was sending pictures. He said he bought the property. Okay? And then she said, fantastic, thank you, Taye, I'm happy, I'm grateful for what you've done, you're a good brother. They started sending money for construction. And this guy, faithfully, we send pictures. We have done foundation. We've done, to this level. And till the day they roof the property, he showed her pictures. Right? And one particular year, she decided to say, you know what, let me come back to Nigeria. And at least, come and see my house that is already built. And she came, she knew the location, knew the address, knew everything. True story. Everybody should hear this. Hear this. You will learn from this. And moved to Nigeria, came back and, entered the house. It was exactly the picture. Everything was correct. Everything was intact. True story. And she entered, saw the wife of her brother, greeted him. I can't boy. You didn't even tell us, because she didn't tell them she was coming. Almost like a surprise. You didn't tell us you were coming. Will you take water and all of that? And I was like, so she was not discussing, women think that, wow. In other words, help me thank your husband. He really built this house. The house is even more beautiful than the picture he has been showing me. I cannot thank him enough for helping me to build my house in a good way. I know how you women read. I mean, women are here. If you're a woman, if you're a lady type lady, come on. All ladies that are proud to be ladies type, ladies! Come on. Okay, if you're a lady type, I'm a lady. Okay, don't be. This is not the time to be shy. Oh yeah, show yourself. You know how you ladies behave now. In other words, what's your house? This is my husband's house, right? In fact, in case you don't know, I'm interpreting. He said, I will go and bring the document. Women could be somehow funny. Literally took the document and said, look, this is in the name of Taye, not Kende, right? Mr. and Mrs. Taye, can you see? The land document shows Mr. and Mrs. Taye. Said, but, the lady, and then she couldn't believe herself. She was like, let the brother come. Until the brother, they are twins. So she was the female, he was the male. So Kende is the female, Taye is the male. Until Taye too showed up. I said, but Taye, is this true? Your wife, is saying that this is your house and all of that. I said, yeah. This is my house. Do you know that this lady paralyzed right there? Literally, she slumped. In fact, the person who told me this story, they had to take her back to UK in wheelchair. As at the time I was hearing this story, she had not recovered. The shock was just too much. It was just too much. So when we are talking about the fact that when you're doing property business, there is a limit to the involvement of family members. And I mean this. And I don't know how some of you got married, that you don't even trust your husband or your wife, okay, to engage them better. And it's just cousins and brothers and distant relatives that you engage. And at the end of the day, you get swindled and then you begin to complain. So 3 steps. For those of you who came late, I'm going to repeat myself. But let me, before I do a summary, how many of you enjoyed today's broadcast? If you enjoyed it, type I enjoyed it. Come on guys, talk to me. If you enjoyed today's broadcast, can you type I enjoyed today's broadcast? If you enjoyed it, type I enjoyed today's broadcast. Come on, talk to me. So today, for those of you just joining, we treated 3 reasons why blood families, relations, always scam Nigerians in diaspora. 3 things that oftentimes Nigerians in diaspora are not even, that wasn't your intention, but that was how it was portrayed. That wasn't your plan, but that was what eventually happened. And if you have enjoyed it, can you type I enjoyed it? And I would like you to please share this video, because it will save, particularly to Nigerians in diaspora. If you know a WhatsApp group, Nigerians in diaspora are copied, pasted there. The Facebook group Nigerian Diaspora are pasted there. LinkedIn group pasted there. It's very important because a whole lot of people shout, I'm afraid, I've not been in the country, I don't want to be swindled, and because of the so-called I don't want to be swindled, I don't want to be cheated, and all those excuses, you end up losing everything. So first reason I shared today was when you shouldn't put all the details. People oftentimes put all the details, the documents, the deed of assignment, the survey, everything in the hands of family members. Whoever owns the document or is in custody of the original document can easily manipulate the history of a particular property. So if you buy property in Nigeria, even though you are in UK or you are in Canada, you are whatever, thank God they are now. That's why we always advise buy from real estate companies, right? Buy from real estate companies. We own one. Buy from real estate company. What will happen is that they will use FedEx or DHL. They will send you original document to your house in UK or Canada. You don't need to say, those were things that used to happen 30 years ago, 40 years ago, when there was no internet, when there was no, even inspecting a property. Today now, for example, our company did inspection of 2 of our estates, Beril in Ibejuleki, and we still have another inspection on Monday. And every time we do inspection, we stream it on Facebook. So you will see people there. You can from there, you can even be typing and asking questions. Can you show me this part? Can you show me this part? Let me see how it is. And ask questions. That technology has made things easy. And when you are done buying everything, you can say, look, I don't want to involve anybody. Send me my document in DHL. They will send it to you. I know even those who want to physically come. I know several people who will come to Nigeria, lodge in hotel, do their property transaction with our company, go back. That's for those who even say, I want to come myself. I know several. Just that in property deal, you don't disclose except the customer is interested in disclosing their identity. Right? Several. Everything can be sent to you. Technology has made things easy. So this whole issue of, I have to involve my cousin, I have to involve my brother, it's always create more problem than good. More problem than good. Once the person has the document, we have seen situations where the person sold it. I told you the story. Is a father. The father sold his son's 6 plots, sold everything. Because he was the one that did the negotiation, he was the one that bought the thing, he has all the documents. Once he has the son for money, the son didn't send the money. He sold 1st plot, 2nd plot, 3rd plot, till he sold the entire 6th plot. This wasn't they told me. The son told me. This was a true story. It was the son, the person involved, that said this to me directly. It wasn't like maybe I heard somebody's story. Number 2, reason why people. So what's the advice then? Let the document be your name and let them send it to you directly, right? Or whenever you come to the country, come pick your thing. That's again the advantage of buying from the company instead of buying from Omonile. Omonile does not have an office. Omonile does not have staff. Omonile can disappear. But a company have big offices, have structures, and you are a lot better off. Okay? So number 2 reason why people get scammed by their family members is by asking for advice from people who, listen, let me tell you this. How many of you noticed, and I want to ask this question, how many of you noticed that Africans love to ask questions about money from people who are poorer than them? Type 1 if you know what I'm talking about. The day a poor person wants to make inquiry about money, okay, do you know that the same person will go and ask his friend that is poorer? In many cases, friends that are poorer than you are the people you ask for advice. In other words, when it's conversation about investment and money, it's usually friends that are poorer than you or at the same level of poverty that you go and seek counsel for. You claim that you trust them. Same thing happens in marriage. People who have challenges in marriage is their friends who is either having a worse marriage issue, either divorce or even bigger crisis than them, that they go and say, imagine what Babaluku did to me. What do you expect the person to give you? What's advice that will damage your home? Why not look for somebody whose home is better to seek counsel for? The same thing. You say you want to do real estate, right? Why not look for a family member who is richer than you? right, to seek counsel for. And if you don't have any family member that is richer, that has succeeded, not that he bought one plot. Buying one plot in the village or 2 plots in the village is different from buying into an estate. That's what we're talking about here. Okay? So, why not look for someone who is wealthier? And if you don't have any, must you use them? Right? So, oftentimes what happens is people begin to call family members for experience, for questions. I mean, I see something. I remember yesterday, someone wanted to pay for property. Oh, Jesus. If I was just shaking my head. In fact, he inspired this video. Before you know, he said, I just asked from my brother. He said that I should ask you for this. Before you know, he said, my sister is also experienced in property. She said, I should ask you for this. My cousin in Kiniko. And I was just shaking my head. So your entire family, your entire lineage must hear about the fact that you want to buy property. The entire lineage must hear. Your friend must hear, your cousin must hear, your father must hear, your brother must hear, and then if the thing goes bad, you will not be saying something goes bad. In fact, he was telling me, he said, I will have bought property all this while. He said, I'm often discouraged by family members. And I was just smiling. I said, you don't know. Many of the family members are not interested in you having property. They are interested in you sending money. So the day you tell them you want to buy property in Nigeria, say, Nigeria, oh Leo, buying property is difficult in Nigeria. Don't be swindled, I want talk to me. Okay? And then you say, you help me get one. Story is what you'll be hearing. Why? They want you to keep sending the $100, $200. If you start building now, you don't have time to send them money. And it's the truth. I had a protege in the US who was telling me, he said, nowadays, I just realized why. He was telling me, he said, I realized that in my 10 years of being in US, I just realized why I was wasteful, why I had nothing to show. He said, I realized that the $100, apparently was what was taking my money away. Because you send $100 today, $50 tomorrow. When will you ever buy your own property? When will you ever build your own property? Because it will just, little boy is going. It's going. Because the same $100, you can use it to buy, you know how many blocks the $100 will buy? As you start building your house or fencing your land. And this is why people begin to lose. So this same family member will tell you, it's risky buying property. They discourage you, but they skip. And I told him, I said, the same family member, if you research, they have minimum 2 plots. And they've built on one. They live, some of them even live in one of their own. So if Nigeria is risky, how did that your cousin, your brother, your in-law, how did he build his own house? How? Right? Nigeria is dangerous. So Nigeria is clinical. They will swindle. He lives in his own house. Okay? He lives in his own house. But he's telling you to be careful. He's telling you they will dupe you. He's telling you you can lose your money. If he didn't lose his money, why will you lose yours? Why do Nigerians like to put fear in the heart of Nigerians in diaspora? And why do Nigerians in diaspora like to receive the fear? If there's no conspiracy to continue to collect money from you, so that you never build anything tangible. And I can't blame them, because you yourself, you like the conspiracy theory. You like it. You want to call everybody in your lineage that you want to buy property. I mean, when this guy started telling me he has called his cousin, called his brother, called his in-law, I say, yeah, this is wrong. You don't do that. You don't do that. Investment are private things that you do. You don't begin to call everybody because you want to buy one plot. No. What of those of us who buy hundreds of acres? We don't call every family member that we are buying hundreds of acres. Yeah. Number 3, boastful. Right? Even though your intention is not to boast, but you always come across as such. That you are being proud. You are telling them about this. You want to buy this. You want to buy 5 plots there in Ikorodu. You buy another 5 plots in Ibejuleki. You buy another. They feel you are boastful, even though you are not. And your boast oftentimes creates envy and anger. And a lot of people have raised problems for themselves because of things like this. When you want to invest in property, it is not compulsory to involve family members. And you've heard this from me. It's not. Except they're your immediate family, your wife, your children, that's okay. But your cousin, your brother, your in-law, once there is nothing in it for them, it doesn't make sense to engage them in everything. It is okay if you decide to say you want to buy 2 plots. You give your brother 1 plot, you keep 1 plot. That's okay. At least because you have bought 1 plot for him, he will protect your own 1 plot. I mean, I always see business that way. Even when I do transactions, sometimes before somebody tell me, I will tell you, this is what I want to give you. And people say, wow, very thoughtful of you. And I'll tell the person, I say, it's not just that. It's also to protect my own interest. For you to be faithful in the job I've given you, there must be something in it for you. If there is nothing in it for you, you will shortchange me. So it's better from day one, I give you what, like Jesus said, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, give to God what belongs to God. It's better. Instead of deceiving myself, right? Where I have not factored you in. So if you want to engage family members in your property business, please give them something. Either you have given them enough money, or you are also maybe buying 1/4 plot for them, so that at least at that point they know you have also factored their interest. But it's not also fair. The fact that you only give them 5,000 or 10,000 for transport, and you want them to be overseeing transaction of 20 million, 30 million, 50 million, 10 million, it is not wise. It's not wise. It's not wisdom. It's foolishness of the highest order. I'm also going to take questions today. I don't know if you're happy that I'm going to take questions. Type happy. If you're happy that I'm going to take questions from you, type happy on this topic. Because I know a lot of you have questions, but it's only going to be for 5 minutes, because I'm trying to make sure my videos are just 1 hour. Okay? So I'm going to take questions for just 5 minutes. And as you can see, I look a bit tired. I've had a very, very tough day. Okay, been working, we've run trainings at the hotel and suites. It's been very, very busy. So I'm going to take, few questions. So feel free to ask questions on this topic. What's the topic? Why people get scammed by family members when it comes to property investment. And I've told you 3 reasons why, and I've told you how to avoid it. Feel free to ask me a question. Adenike says, can you imagine calling family members, okay, because you want to buy 1 plot of land? Exactly, my sister. It just, a lot of times I laugh when I see Nigerians in diaspora do those things. And I tell them, I say, look, what you don't know is that to those family members, you are being boastful. You are being proud. Because some of those family members who are asking you to send them $50, $100, do you know that they live in their own house? Some of the family members who are telling you to send them $50, send them $500, do you know they have more than 4 properties? And they never call you on phone and boast to you that, uncle, I bought 1 land here, I bought 2 land there, they never boast to you. But you like to now call them on phone and be saying, hey, I want to buy 1 land. And what do you think? Okay, how do you feel? When it's not my land, why will you want what? I mean, you don't even think it through. It's not my land. You are not giving it to me, and then you are not calling me and giving me stories and stories and stories about how you want to buy land. I should give you advice. I should give you counsel. I should tell you whether it makes sense. I should help you know, does that area look good? It comes across as being proud, being arrogant, trying to show them that now that you are abroad, you have all the money in the world. And I say it a lot. Now, a lot of you in diaspora are very, very, with due respect, you are very arrogant. You're very arrogant, with due respect. I remember, somebody who did property transaction with our company. In fact, this happened, I think, last week or something. And it was just come to shout. And at some point, I just told him, I said, look, you know what, deal with the office. Okay? Because some of you do not know that the transaction we are talking about is so little for some of us. So, the day in our case, it's based in the US, he came to our office, our new office. In fact, he told the staff, I never knew your company is this big. I used to, look at you people as, your MD comes on social media talk. I never knew. And if I had known you guys are this big, I wouldn't have been bothered, about my investment with your company. I never knew you were this big. And we are not as loud as some of you in diaspora. We're not as, hello, you don't know. I've just done this. I've just done that. We're not. Oh. I'm telling you the truth. Nigerians are not as you guys do often. Because, yeah, we get it. $20 an hour, $10 an hour. Right? You work hard for the money. I get it. Okay? But you also need to be a bit careful how you talk. And I see it happen a lot. Nigerians in diaspora, because, most send the 100, 200 pounds. Now, £100. It makes sense in your community there. To us here, we'll use it as ticket change. I was discussing with somebody, the person was telling me she used, €900 or something to do something. And I was just laughing. He probably would not pay for my hall and hotel accommodation on a weekly basis when we do trainings at a hotel. The entire money the person was talking about. Right? It's not enough for weekend when we do trainings. And so calm down. Calm down. Be wise. Be discreet. There are ways to go about. If you are running it for business, it's a different thing. Like, we're into estate now, we have to market our estate, right? So you see us do videos, we're in this estate, we're in that. That's a different thing. You are in business. You are in business of selling properties. That's different. But this thing is private. You can never even see me on social media talk to you about a personal land I bought. Has any of you ever seen me say that? Or a personal house I bought? I can show you maybe a property the company bought. I can show you the estate our company has. Those are things for marketing, for company. You are marketing your brand. At least give some people confidence about your company. That's different from a private, personal investment. That's a different thing. Right? It's a different thing. And you guys do that a lot. And I'm telling you, be careful. If you don't want to lose, your property, like many people have done, where it was family members they trusted the most, father, mother, uncle, cousin, that they trusted. You hardly hear it about mothers. Mothers are a lot faithful. But you hear it with a lot of issues like that. So please and please, discretion is needed. And I'm saying this because I've seen customers do it. I've seen people who are not our customers do it. And I'm thinking it's wisdom. Okay? At any cases, you had a 50% promo on Friday. Is it over? Does it apply to installment? Yeah, it applies. If you're buying installment, yes, you have a 50% promo that we did. If you're doing installment, it applies. But our installment is just 3 months for our new estate. But for the other estate, we do as much as 6 months installment. Yes, the 50% promo is over, but we're extending it to Monday. So you have till Monday because of Red Monday. You have Black Friday, then you have Cyber Monday. So management approved, for the sake of Cyber Monday, a 50% discount. So you have till Monday if you are interested in that. Yes, you can. Frank says, I need an advice on where to keep documents, since I'm not planning to bring them to the country where I reside. I think there's nothing wrong with bringing your document to the country you reside. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? Nothing is wrong with, if you live in the UK, bring your documents to your house in UK. And anytime you travel, you have your documents. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think documents have to stay in the country you live. Or the country the property was purchased. I don't think so. Another option is you can leave it with the real estate company you are dealing with if you are buying from an estate. Now, I always advise people, please don't buy from Omonile. Right? They will sell your land to multiple people. Okay? These people don't have integrity. Even if you have paid them, they don't. I know what I'm saying. I deal with Omonile every day. After all, we buy property directly from them. It's easy for us because we have a lot of means, we have resources, we have lawyers, we have several assets that we use to protect all our investment. And because we're dealing in bulk, you are buying just one plot or 1 acre. We buy in hundreds of acres. So we invest. In fact, in some land we buy, I tell people we buy car for the value of that place to protect our investment. we do a lot of PR. Sometimes we buy things for family members. Sometimes when we're doing construction, we give the contracts to the children of those who own that land, just to protect them, the interest of our property and our asset. You know, for you, it may not be worth it when you are just buying one plot, right? To go through all those kind of investment to protect. So it's better to buy from a real estate company. A real estate company is a legally registered company. They have offices, so they can still keep the document for you. If you insist. But either way, I think it's always good. Either way, the real estate company always have a copy of every transaction you're doing. But I think it's not bad to say, send it through DHL or FedEx to my country. Okay, at least you have it. And help you to also be relaxed. Because I've seen situations where Nigerians in Diaspora may say the company should hold it for them. But later they say, you know, I don't have the document. I've never seen the document. So it's better, collect your document. Even if you will later send it back to the company to help you keep. At least let them send it to you. You see it in your name. Right? I think some of these things are a bit better. Omolulu says, Mr. Sylvia, I hope you're going to do Christmas and New Year promo too. No, we're not. Christmas promo is you buy one plot, you get a free trip to Dubai outright, but it's strictly for those paying outright. But we percent discount or all those things. We're not going to do it for Christmas. Also, by Christmas, the properties will have appreciated because our construction will have gone farther than it is now. So the price of the estate will have gone higher. You need to know that in the video I did is I said buy real estate. You don't wait to buy real estate. You buy real estate and wait. Okay, those who waste in real estate, because the property keep appreciating to a point you will not be able to afford it. So you do not wait to buy real estate. You buy it and you wait. So the concept of I'm waiting to Christmas, I'm waiting to December, I'm waiting to, you don't do that. What you even do, if there is a case of I've not seen the estate, collect the video of the estate, see the estate you are buying. At worst case, you can do installment. If you know you are coming December, you start your installment, right? So that by December when you come, it will be maybe the time you have to pay the final balance, and you'll have seen it while paying your balance. But to say, oh, I want to wait till when I come to the country before I buy, what happens is that by that time the property has appreciated, you know, so you have added another 1 million or 2 million on top of what you have bought less than that. It doesn't make any economic sense. Ayo Ade says, kindly give us a seminar on documents, vital documents to consider while buying properties. I've done seminars on that. I've done several seminars on vital documents when it comes to properties. But I will do that tomorrow. I'll add that to I think I will be a bit fresher tomorrow. It's been a very long day. So I'll do that tomorrow. So you guys should watch out for that tomorrow. I'll do that. Any more questions? So once again, I would say thank you to all of you who watched this video. I have one request. Please and please, every single person watching this now, try to share this video to at least 5 platforms. Facebook, WhatsApp, groups. Please. You don't know who you will save. Who, you know, you will change their life by just this video. You don't have an idea. Honestly, you don't. Okay? Ejeni who says, please, do you have an office or representative in UK? Yes, we have representative in UK and in US. In fact, the beautiful thing is that our representative in UK and US are existing customer of our company. So you're dealing with people who put their money into buying. They will even show you their own document, right? So so you're dealing with that. Yeah. Okay, I want to say thank you again, everybody, for watching. Please keep sharing this video to help a whole lot of people, because a lot of the Nigerians in diaspora do not even have an idea of what we discussed today, and I believe it will help many of them. Okay, so again, but let me wrap up by saying this: you do not need to visit an estate before you buy. You can always get videos of the property. You can. Okay, and one of these days I'll probably even also teach you on how to strategies to confirm authenticity of a particular property company you want to deal with. Maybe one of these days I'm going to do a training on that. But it's important that you don't keep the culture of, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait. You can't keep waiting. The properties keep appreciating. You want to invest on time. So there are ways with technology. Forget it. There are so many things you can know about a property without leaving whatever country you are. And about a company. For example, one of them is Google Business. If a company exists, you just put it on Google. Google Business will always only confirm a company that they have confirmed the address. You can only find a company on Google Business that Google has sent a letter to. Google has confirmed, Google visited them. Many of the Google Business, because when you open a Google Business account, Google will send you a letter, right? And to confirm your address, and there's some code you put in before they confirm that Google Business. So there's so much to that technology has helped you to do research on your own without necessarily saying only my family members can investigate for me, only my family members can find out whether I'm making the right decisions or not. Okay? But there's nothing wrong. I'm not discouraging you from engaging family members. I'm just saying these 3 things I've mentioned should be at the back of your mind while engaging them. I love you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.